This week on A Comic Book Orange, we review Scalped from Vertigo and interview the writer of the upcoming Green Lantern movie, Marc Guggenheim. The struggles of modern life on a Native American reservation is a deep and complex issue. Jason Aaron does a wonderful job of addressing these issues in his Vertigo crime thriller, Scalped.
Why?
Scalped is a crime drama set on a Native American reservation. We follow Dashiell Badhorse, an undercover FBI agent posing as a corrupt tribal officer investigating a 30-year-old murder case whose prime suspect is the godfather of chiefs, Lincoln Red Crow. The world that Jason Aaron creates is extremely grim and hopeless, where child abuse, adultery, drunk driving, drug use, and sudden violent death are a part of everyday life. Just as detailed and complicated as the setting are the fascinating characters, from our anti-hero, the not-so-innocents he tries to protect, and his corrupt chiefs, whether Caucasian or Native. R.M. Guera's art delivers the goods perfectly. His dark and gritty illustrations are easily among the best in the noir genre. In fact, the violence is so well drawn it's hard not to wince when you see it. With gratuitous violence and booby shots, Scalped literally has a lot going for it, but its outstanding art, deep characters, and twisting plot make it a worthy read. The ongoing Vertigo series already has 30 issues, the first 24 available in 4 trade paperbacks. We give it 4 oranges out of 5. This week we interview Marc Guggenheim, creator of Resurrection and writer on upcoming TV series Flash Forward and DC's Green Lantern movie. You work in TV and film. What drew you to comics?
I've always loved comic books, since before I knew how to read. One of my earliest memories is actually I was on the floor of my room and I was flipping through a comic book. It was a Superman comic book. And my mother comes in and she's like, "Oh my God, do you know how to read?" I'm like, "No, I'm just looking at the pictures." And I actually ended up working in comic books last because comic books is actually harder to break into than TV and film.
Wow, really?
Yeah, because, well, they're both hard, don't get me wrong. But with TV and film, you have agents. You have people who you can hire and pay money to get you work. There's no such thing about that in the comic book business. You know, in television, we have staffing season, this period of time where people are taking meetings and reading scripts and you have a chance to break in. There's none of that in the comic book industry. So I actually found it a lot harder to break into comic books than I ever did, break into TV or film.
You're also writing the upcoming Green Lantern film.
Yes.
So there's been a lot of superhero adaptations. What do you hope to accomplish with the new Green Lantern movie?
Well, the goal we set for ourselves was just actually beat the standard on superhero adaptations. I consider the gold standard to be Superman the movie, or Batman Begins. Like those are the two, I think, best comic book adaptations, and they're obviously of different eras, so I they're easy not to compete against each other too closely. But what I really hope for is that people will, at the very least, compare us very favorably to those two movies. If not, if we can exceed them, I think swing for the fences, But our goal is to just do the best possible superhero adaptation and depict a Green Lantern that is true to all the best elements of the comic book, but with a modern sensibility, real emotion and heart, and just a movie that will make everyone, comic book fan and non-comic book fan alike, just want to flock to it several times.
So what should we look out for in the Marc Guggenheim universe?
Got a few things coming up in the early, to near future. Resurrection has a few things going on. It's really kind of exciting. We're relaunching the book. We're going to be Oni's first color comic book. In June into July and onward. We're doing an ongoing series, and it was optioned as a movie at Universal. So I've been working with the producers over there to turn it into a feature film. My next issues of Spider-Man will be out in July, starting with the annual, which is Annual 36 or Annual 2, depending upon which numbering scheme you want to follow. And in September, I'm involved with a new show from David Goyer, who wrote Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, called Flash Forward.
For more information on Marc Guggenheim, check out his website at marcguggenheim.com. Well, that's it for now, but we'll be at the San Diego Comic-Con this week, so follow our tweets at twitter.com/comicbookorange to keep track of our adventures. And I'll see you next week for another episode of A Comic Book Orange. And writer on upcoming TV series Flash Forward and DC's Green fucking hell. Seriously. DC's